내리는 비에 지친 너의 몸이 적셔지고 따스한 태양을 기다렸지만 비를 아는 채 잠들어 버린 너 낯선 곳에서 불어온 바람이 안부 전하듯 내 몸 스치고 내 슬픔 우산에 묻혀지겠지만 추억이 부르면 꺼내본다. 기억이야 시간이 지워주겠죠. 눈을 감아도 다시 느껴지는 너의 모습 알 수 없는 곳에서 나를 보고 있을까. 흔들리는 세상에 또 기억이 불어온다. 못한 꿈을 펼치길 바래. 너의 미소에 세상을 담아봐. 기억이야 시간이 지워주겠죠. 눈을 감아도 다시 느껴지는 너의 모습 알 수 없는 곳에서 너를 보고 있을까. 흔들리는 세상에 또 기억이 불어온다. 비보다 더 진한 눈물이 오늘은 익숙한 바람이 눈에 보이는 듯 귀에 들리는 듯 내 몸을 감싸본다. 눈을 감아도 다시 느껴지는 너의 모습 알 수 없는 곳에서 나를 보고 있을까. 흔들리는 세상에 또 기억이야 시간이 지워주겠죠. 눈을 감아도 다시 느껴지는 너의 모습 알 수 없는 곳에서 나를 보고 있을까. 흔들리는 세상에 또 기억이 불어온다. 흔들리는 세상에 또 기억이 불어온다.
우리는 오늘 6.25 전쟁 70주년을 맞아 147분 용사의 유해를 모셨습니다. 서울공항은 영웅들의 귀환을 환영하는 가장 엄숙한 자리가 되었습니다. 용사들은 이제야 대한민국 국군의 계급장을 되찾고 70년 만에 우리 곁으로 돌아왔습니다. 슬프고도 자랑스러운 일입니다. 지체되었지만 조국은 단 한순간도 당신들을 잊지 않았습니다. 그러나 누구라도 우리 국민의 안전과 생명을 위협한다면 단호히 대응할 것입니다. 우리는 전방위적으로 어떤 도발도 용납하지 않을 강한 국방력을 보유하고 있습니다. 굳건한 한미동맹 위에서 전시작전 통제권의 전환도 빈틈없이 준비하고 있습니다. 우리는 우리 자신의 힘을 바탕으로 반드시 평화를 지키고 만들어갈 것입니다. 존경하는 국민 여러분, 참전 유공자와 유가족 여러분, 평화가 오래 이어진 후에야 비로소 통일의 문을 볼 수 있을 것입니다. 남북의 화해와 평화가 전 세계의 희망으로 전해질 때 호국 영령들의 숭고한 희생에 진정으로 보답하게 될 것이라 믿습니다. 감사합니다.
대통령께서 자리로 이동하시겠습니다.
Hello, 안녕하세요. This is Lee Soo-hyuk, Korean Ambassador to the United States. I'm happy to greet all the friends of Korea and over 2.5 million Korean Americans whose resilience and hard work creates bridges between Korea and the United States. While we are separate because of COVID-19, we are closer together online through an innovative event like this. Hats off to those who made today a servant possible. As many of you know, today is a very special day commemorating the 70th anniversary of the outbreak of the Korean War. Today, Korea is blessed with a vibrant democracy and economic success. From K-pop to K-cinema to K-food, you all know better than I do. I wish to remind everyone that this success was made possible because of the service and the sacrifice of Korean War veterans. They deserve to be honored. At the same time, no one could have imagined that Korea would become the 9th most influential country according to the US News and World Report. The current pandemic has shown the value of our alliance and friendship. The Korean government recently sent 2.5 million masks to the US, including the ones for the veterans. It is a small thank you for their sacrifices, and it represents the deep and lasting admiration and respect between our countries, and demonstrate the gratitude that the Korean people still have for our veterans after 70 years. In the 70 years since the start of the war, our alliance has grown to the benefit of both of our great countries. It includes economic cooperation and now public health as well. Our cultural people-to-people ties are growing stronger and stronger. I know that it will remain just as strong and just as vibrant in the coming years. Thank you again for joining today's event. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show and wish you all the remain health and in good spirit during this challenging time. Thank you. 감사합니다.
I'm Sue Kwan, a second-generation Korean American, and I am honored to participate in this 70-year milestone, the Friendship Forum commemorating the 1950 Korean War. My father lost his brother during the war, and with immense hardship, lack of food, and no steady schooling around, he left Korea to pursue an education here in the United States, and he never went back. I know that that decision really pains him. But the war led to a life that our family and his 7 grandchildren now have today here in America. Jinguk.
안녕하십니까. 수권과 함께 오늘 행사를 진행할 김진국입니다. 저는 한국전쟁 이후 세대여서 전쟁의 경험은 없지만 미국의 수도에서 미국 정부의 북한 관련 정책을 취재하면서 북한의 가족을 둔 많은 이산가족을 만났습니다. 한국전쟁에 참전한 미군도 만났습니다. 그리고 한반도 평화를 위해서 노력하는 한인 2세들을 많이 만났고 또 기사로 소개하기도 했습니다. 아메리칸 드림을 위해서 미국으로 온 한인들이 한반도 평화의 드림을 이루기 위해서 워싱턴에서 노력하는 모습들을 앞으로도 계속 관심을 가지고 주목하겠습니다. 이어서 한국전쟁 기념관 설립을 위해서 모금 활동을 하고 있는 돈 리드 한국전 참전 용사를 수권 씨가 소개하겠습니다. 수.
And now let's hear from Korean War veteran Don Reed, the man behind the Korean War Memorial here in San Francisco.
My name is Don Reed, and I'm a veteran of the Korean War, and I served right in the middle of the war. I was a machine gunner in the 3rd Battalion, 7th Marine Regiment, 1st Marine Division. We started the memorial for the reason that the Korean War was so important in terms of having the effort, made to have the United Nations members join in an effort to combat the aggression of the North Korea and the Chinese and Russians who were opposed to us. And we felt that it was important not only to recognize the unity to wage this war, but to also win it and secure the peace for the prosperity and freedom of the Republic of Korea. And nothing pleases me more than realizing that I had a small part to play in the beautiful recovery of the Republic of Korea. And they're deserving of great attention for the reason that they were committed entirely to peace and freedom. The main challenge was raising the funds to do it. We started with absolute nothing in 2009, the 3 of us, Colonel Stevens and Man Jae Kim and myself. And we raised over $4 million for the reason not only to build this beautiful monument, but also to educate the public and the youth of the importance of this war and how important it is to have freedom and to dedicate your life to ensuring that freedom and peace is going to be continued. The person that is most important in my mind is John Stevens, who he was a company commander at the Incheon landing when we took Seoul and moved up into the Chosin Reservoir. The company that he commanded is pictured right in here at the center of the wall, and it shows Maromeo Lopez, who was awarded the Medal of Honor, who was one of his platoon leaders, and he was the first Medal of Honor recipient during the Korean War. I'd like to tell them it should inspire them. They should learn about it and how important it is in life, you know, to have a noble idea, pursue it, and to assure that you're a part of something responsible in terms of your time on this planet.
Hello, my name is Dr. Dongyu Lee, and I'm the music director of Uri Youth Orchestra from Los Angeles. They just played a beautiful Korean song, Hyangsu, which means nostalgia in English. This is a combined group of professional and amateur musicians from all generations to celebrate and contribute to 70th Korean War Forum and to our Korean War veterans. We will be in Washington, D.C. on July 27th for observing the National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day. We hope that you can join us to play together. For more information, you can send me email to below address. Thank you, and I'll see you then.
네, 사상 처음 온라인으로 전 세계에 생중계되는 한국전쟁 70년 우정 포럼 미국에서 보내드리고 있습니다. 잘 보고 계신지요? 시청하시면서 느끼신 점, 여러분들의 의견이나 질문들 유튜브 페이지에 남겨주십시오. 많은 참여를 부탁드리겠습니다. 다음은 한국계 미국 정치인들의 인사말이 이어지겠습니다.
And I'd like to say thank you, and I hope you enjoyed that part of the program. Remember that we do have some comments and questions that you can submit right here during this event. And then stay tuned because we're going to have some of our new dignitaries and Korean American elected officials.
여러분, 가주에 계시는 그리고 또 이 동영상을 보고 계시는 전 미주의 동포 여러분 안녕하십니까? 저는 가주 하원 의원 최석호입니다. 금년에 6.25 한국전쟁이 발발한 지 벌써 70주년을 맞게 되었습니다. 보통 때 같으면 과거와 같은 동족 상잔의 비극이 또다시 일어나지 않도록 우리가 한자리에 모여 다짐하는 성대한 기념식이 한국과 동포가 계시는 해외 각처에서 성대히 개최되었을 것입니다. 그러나 금년에는 코로나 바이러스로 인해서 이렇게 동영상으로나마 한민족이 연결할 수가 있어서 기쁩니다. 70년 전에 일어난 한국전쟁에서 우리를 돕기 위해서 참전하여 많은 희생을 치른 우리의 우방들, 특히 미국을 포함한 16개의 나라에 감사하는 마음과 표현도 잊지 말아야 할 것입니다. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stephen Choi, California Assembly Member from Orange County. I'm so happy to have this opportunity to share my greetings to you through this video with the Korean Americans in California, as well as all viewers in the United States. This year, we are commemorating the 70th anniversary of the breakout of the Korean War. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Korea's greatest ally, the United States, for sacrificing 36,500 soldiers in the war and 15 other countries that came to fight for South Korea. My motherland is still divided into North and South, and I pray for the day of peaceful reunification. Thank you, and God bless you, everybody.
At the Korean War Veterans Memorial in our nation's capital, a phrase is carved into stone which reads, "Our nation honors her sons and daughters who answered the call to defend a country they never knew and a people they never met." That country, Korea, was where I was born, and two of the people they never met were my parents. On the morning of June 25th, 1950, my parents were 14 years old. They and millions of other civilians left their homes as tanks and armed soldiers marched in from the north, destroying their home city of Seoul. 3 years later, they were some of the lucky ones who survived. They met, started a family, and quickly realized that for their children's future, that war-torn country did not offer them much, but perhaps they should look to the land of opportunity. Eventually, we came to America, became naturalized U.S. citizens, and today I serve in the Virginia House of Delegates, in the state that originated the idea that all men and women are created equal, that we're endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, including the right to liberty. And it's that call for liberty for all that led our nation to send our men and women in uniform to Korea 70 years ago. About 100,000 of them came back with wounds to the mind and to their bodies. 36,500 never came home at all. So as we remember the beginning of that war 70 years ago, we are reminded of another statement carved into a wall at that memorial, which reads, "Freedom is not free." I know the cost of my freedom. It's over 36,500 American lives. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Congressman Andy Kim, and it's my honor to be able to commemorate with you 70 years of the Korean War. This not only marks the anniversary of the war, but it marks the formation and the strengthening of the United States relationship and partnership with South Korea. This alliance is one of the most important and strategic in the entire world, and I'm honored and proud to be able to be a part of that effort as a member of Congress in the United States, as a member of the House Armed Services Committee, and as the only Korean American in Congress. This is very important to me and very personal to me. These commemorations are not only important for us to think about the relationships between great nations, but it's about our families, about the personal toll and the efforts that this war as well as this alliance have shaped with all of our families. I know for a fact that my life, my family's trajectory would be fundamentally different based on the different outcomes of the Korean War, based on whether or not the United States and other countries came to the defense of South Korea, whether or not that alliance that was built in the crucible of war would develop into one of the most important strategic partnerships in the world that stretch not just about military and security partnerships, but the relationship between the United States and South Korea goes so much deeper, with economic and trade, with culture and education. Every aspect of that is what gave my family a chance to be able to thrive and strengthen the connections between many of our families, many of our communities. That is what I want us to reflect upon today, and certainly is a core part of remembering what happened 70 years ago. So I continue to join with you in celebrating and commemorating, and for us to be able to recognize the importance going forward, that we cannot take this alliance for granted. We need to continue the hard work to strengthen our relationships between our nations, to strengthen that bond, and be able to continue to give memory to those that came before us, they sacrificed so much for us to have what we have. Thank you.
History to me is a form of education about human nature, and the reason that it's that to me is because there's a saying that says history repeats itself.
History for me is personal, in knowing who I am and where I came from.
History is it's what makes us, what got us here to this spectacular nations and everything else. History is a collection of all the acts of valor and everything that humanity has accomplished. And from history, you can learn the mistakes and hope to unite all the nations together and accomplish a better world.
I think that history is a compilation of what we as mankind decides is most important and what we decide to pass on to the generations that come after us.
History is a life. It's a life of myself and of my country and of all the world together. And we should know it, for exactly, and we should learn it.
I think history is a record of events that have taken place in the past, and they were written down or recorded in some way.
To me, history is the experience that past generations share with the future generations, and the experience that you can learn from and don't make the same mistakes if they've been made.
And remember to keep the comments coming. Stay tuned for B, XK, and favorite. But first, let's hear from our dignitaries and leaders supporting the Korean community, culture, and art.
유튜브 페이지에 여러분의 의견이나 질문 남겨주시기를 다시 한번 부탁드리고요. 잠시 후에 멋진 K-팝 스타들의 공연도 이어집니다. K-팝 아이돌 BXK, Favorite 등의 공연이 있습니다. 이들의 공연 보시기 전에 지금 화면이 나오고 있는데요. 한반도의 전문가, 그리고 미국에 있는 한반도 전문가, 정치, 경제 등 각 분야의 지도자들로부터 한국 사회와 문화, 예술을 어떻게 보고 느끼는지를 들어보겠습니다.
I'm Kathleen Stevens, and I think I've been asked to join this great gathering today because I was a diplomat, an American diplomat in Korea on a couple of occasions. I was American ambassador in Korea most recently, but that's about 10 years ago. And I know we're having this gathering today because we're looking back to something really a long time ago, 70 years ago, when the Korean War began with the crossing of North Korean troops across the 38th parallel, which had divided North and South Korea. And I do remember I went to Korea for the first time as a Peace Corps volunteer right after I got out of college. It was in 1975. As a Peace Corps volunteer, what I discovered, first of all, of course, is that so many things that Koreans told me started with, well, at the time of June 25th, and then how their lives were changed forever. But there's another thing I remember about my time in Korea. One is what Koreans would say to me about the relationship with the United States. And it was oftentimes what Koreans would describe to me the relationship as one forged in blood. Not something we say too often about a relationship in the United States, but in Korean, it was one of the first phrases I learned. It was 혈맹 관계. Our relationship is forged in blood. And over the years, I served as a diplomat in many countries and saw the fall of the Berlin Wall and the end of the Cold War and the rise of China and many other things. But what I also saw is that I went back to Korea again in the 1980s to work in the embassy. I saw South Korea really blossom and go from being the country I first knew as a Peace Corps volunteer, which was one of the poorest countries in the world. And at that point, even in terms of its economic development, just barely surpassing where North Korea was at that point, to an economic powerhouse, which is, of course, how people think of it today. In the 1980s, to a democracy, which is robust and deeply implanted. And of course, going back as ambassador to a country that is known for so much more, whether it's incredible music and culture, or its creativity and all across the innovation of arts and everywhere else. What we've also seen in recent days, as we've dealt with things like the pandemic of coronavirus 19 and inequality and our own democracy and human rights, we've seen in South Korea people who feel as passionately as I think we Americans do about it, and a country with which I think Americans share a lot of values we don't always live up to, but that we really aspire to. So the kind of relationship I think that Korea and the United States has developed is something that is no one would really have predicted, I think, 70 years ago in those dark days of the Korean War. But we look back and think, you know, on some level, all of that sacrifice, if it helped to underpin this, it's something we can appreciate and be thankful for. I was an American ambassador in Korea at the time of the 60th anniversary of the Korean War in 2010. You know, the Korean government, the South Korean government, invited Korean War veterans, not only from the United States, but from the 18 other nations that provided troops or other support during that conflict, which was supported by the United Nations, or under the auspices of the United Nations, invited them all to come back to Korea. And of course, for many of them, it was the first time they'd been back since those dark days of the 1950s. And of course, they were astounded by what they saw, by what South Korea had become as a democracy, as an economy, as a vibrant, creative place, as a strong ally of the United States, and a global partner with the world community on so many issues. And I think it was very inspiring to them to think that what they had suffered, what they had seen, all the loss that they had witnessed, had led to something that we could all celebrate and learn from and take pride in. But with that, and I think what we see now is that there's also a lot of unfinished business in Korea, going all the way back to the Korean War, the continued division of Korea, the continued tensions, the continuing suffering of the 20+ million people of the north of Korea, of the DPRK, Koreans who have the same human aspirations and hopes for their children and their country as the people I knew back in the 70s in South Korea did. And to address those issues, which we've been trying to do for a long time and which we must continue, I think to the extent to which we can have an ever deeper understanding of the relevance of what happened 70 years ago, of the history, of coming to understand it more deeply, I hope that will help to inform our efforts going forward to work together on both the unfinished business of the Korean Peninsula and the many, many challenges that we face in the world today.
Hi, I'm Congressman Ami Bera. Thank you for allowing me to be part of the Korean War Friendship Forum. You know, as the chair of the Subcommittee on Asia and the Pacific and the co-chair of the Caucus for Korea and Korean Americans, you know, it's my honor to celebrate this strong alliance between our two great nations. June 25th represents the 70th anniversary of the start of the Korean War. This was a tragic event that unfolded with the loss of hundreds of thousands of lives on both sides. But it was this friendship born of a true love of democracy, of freedom, and born in blood shared on the Korean Peninsula, protecting those values that both our great nations hold so dearly. I'm proud that 70 years later, we continue to have this very special relationship and special friendship. On this 70th anniversary, let's continue to show the rest of the world what democracy looks like, what friendship looks like, what peace looks like. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you to the Korean government for your support of the Korean War veterans here in the United States. Be kind, be well, and let's have a peaceful 21st century. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jay Xu, Director and the CEO of the Asian Art Museum San Francisco and the Chomoli Center for Asian Art and Culture. As you know, this summer marks the 70th anniversary of the start of the Korean War. This was a defining conflict of the 20th century and one that forever linked Korea to the United States. It was a conflict whose fallout we cannot help but feel today. Over the years, I have enjoyed numerous trips to Korea on behalf of the Asian Art Museum and the Chomoli Center. But in many ways, it is the Korean American community that has helped me feel truly connected to Korean culture on both sides of the Pacific Ocean. This resilient community values exploration and tradition, but also innovation. These are values that allow the country of Korea and Koreans around the world to thrive, to build, to continue to create incredible and important art in the wake of a destructive war. The Asian Art Museum was the first museum in the United States to have a dedicated curator of Korean art. We have grown our collection and educational programs steadily over the years, thanks to the generosity and support of the Korean American community and the Korean government and many friends in Korea. And I'd like to think these values of innovation and creativity are on display in our galleries, with ancient masterpieces in conversation with cutting-edge contemporary art. So, it is with humbleness that we commemorate this anniversary, but also a spirit of gratitude and hope for the future. Thank you.
"70 years ago today, the Korean War began. Like most of you, I have heard many facts about this conflict. The 21 United Nations that assisted South Korea, the 90% of troops that came from the United States, and the millions of lives that were tragically lost. It's hard to comprehend that scale, and for those of us who've grown up in peacetime, it can all feel very distant and abstract. But the truth is that all Koreans have a personal connection to this conflict. In my case, I grew up hearing wartime stories from my grandparents. My father, who was a child, was badly injured when they had to move south to escape the fighting. Even though he suffered, it wasn't possible to get him proper medical treatment as long as the war was still raging. Thanks to the US and UN forces who helped to bring about the ceasefire, my father was able to get the treatment he needed in order to grow up, meet my mother, and eventually have me. Without the sacrifices made by so many, I'm quite certain I wouldn't be here to speak to you today. War is a destructive force, one that we are all acutely aware of now as we are engaged in a global battle with our viral enemy. During these times of uncertainty and loss, I'm grateful we can rely on the arts to provide us comfort and peace. For those of us who work as artists and musicians, this feels like a sacred duty. In each collaboration with our colleagues around the world, we strengthen our friendships and honor those who have sacrificed so that we can join together now in acts of creativity, beauty, and unity.
Hi there, my name is Rodney Fong, President and CEO of the San Francisco Chamber of Commerce. As you know, the Korean community is the 5th largest Asian ethnic group in the United States. As a sister city of San Francisco since 1975, and so many contributions have been made to California and to San Francisco. And in fact, in 1883, the first Korean visit to the West, a diplomatic mission, was here in San Francisco at the Palace Hotel. Looking forward to more opportunities to share each other's culture, to share business opportunities, to share innovations, to share technology. It's not just about the business, as you know, though. It's about the cultural exchange. It's about the lifestyles, the teachings that happen over centuries of civilizations coming together. So looking forward to more things together with the Korean community. San Francisco would not be the same without the Korean community, and looking forward to more adventures together, and look forward to seeing you again.
I hope you enjoyed hearing from those dignitaries, and I hope you're enjoying the program. Please consider giving a donation to promote peace in Korea. You can go to rally.org/peace in Korea, and then get ready to hear from BXK. 중국?
예, 한반도 평화를 위해서 활동하는 분들을 위해서 기부할 수 있는 기회가 있습니다. rally.org/peaceinkorea로 가셔서 기부하시면 되고요. 주소는 유튜브 채널이나 페이스북을 통해서 한 번 더 알 수 있습니다. 한국의 아이돌 K-팝 그룹들의 공연이 이어지고요. 공연 다음에는 또 코리안 아메리칸 정치인들의 인사말이 이어집니다.
올해는 한국전쟁 70주년입니다. 전혀 알지 못한 나라, 그리고 한 번도 만난 적 없는 대한민국 국민들을 위해서 희생하고 싸우신 미국과 유엔 참전 용사분들에게 다시 한번 감사의 마음을 표합니다. 전쟁의 아픔을 겪었던 대한민국은 참전 용사를 비롯한 수많은 영웅들의 희생으로 이렇게 성숙한 나라로 성장했습니다. 이번 미국에서 온라인으로 진행하는 행사를 통하여 우리 영웅들을 기억하고 또 감사의 마음을 전할 수 있는 계기가 되기를 진심으로 바랍니다.
벌써 한국 전쟁이 발발한 지 70년이 되었습니다. 이제는 우리 할머니, 할아버지들의 이야기라고만 생각하시는 분들도 많으실 것 같은데 잊지 않겠습니다. 한국 전쟁 참전 용사들의 희생과 그 뼈아픈 역사 위에 지금의 우리가 일상을 행복하게 꿈꾸며 살 수 있다는 것을 잊지 않고 기억하며 살겠습니다. 감사합니다.
안녕하세요. 아나운서 겸 배우 이다슬입니다. 올해는 한국전쟁 70주년입니다. 한국전쟁은 우리에게도 아픈 역사인데요. 대한민국을 위해 희생하신 많은 참전 용사들과 미국에게 다시 한번 감사의 마음을 표합니다. 이번 미국에서 진행하는 행사를 통해 우리의 영웅들을 기억하고 또 부모님들께 감사의 마음을 전할 수 있는 계기가 되기를 바라며 저 또한 여러분들을 잊지 않고 이날을 기억하겠습니다.
저희 아버지가 계시는 곳에 인천 상륙작전이라는 기념관이 있습니다. 그 기념관을 지나다닐 때마다 어릴 적에는 그냥 탱크가 있고 전쟁 총 들고 있는 군인들이 서 있었던 그 모습이 기념을 하기 위해서 그냥 같이 사진 찍고 뭐 그런 것들만 이제 떠올리면서 사진만 찍었었는데 되돌이켜 보면서 성장을 해가면서 보니까 그게 우리들의 아픈 기억이고 우리가 잊지 말아야 될 남북전쟁을 통해서 희생을 하신 분들에 대한 추모를 하는 공간이라는 생각이 들었습니다. 이제는 한반도가 하나로 합쳐져야 될 시기라고 생각합니다. 숭고한 희생을 하신 모든 분들을 잊지 않겠습니다.
올해는 한국전쟁 70주년입니다. 자꾸만 잊혀져가는 역사를 우리 후세대들에게도 알려줘야겠습니다. 한반도의 통일도 기대해봅니다. 참전용사와 우리 선조들에게 다시 한번 감사드립니다.
저도 남자라서 대한민국 남자라서 군대를 다녀왔어요. 저도 우리나라는 잊어서는 안 될 그런 가슴 아픈 전쟁의 기억을 갖고 있는 그런 민족 중에 하나인데요. 벌써 70주년이 됐네요. 1년에 한 번 6월 25, 6월 달만 되면 그러는 게 아니라 역사를 잊은 민족은 미래가 없다는 그런 말을 저는 개인적으로 참 좋아하는데 정말 그 중에 가장 가까운 역사 중에 정말 쓰라린 역사가 6.25잖아요. 불과 70년밖에 안 됐어요. 아직도 휴전 중이고 그래도 저는 희망이 있다고 생각합니다. 이게 전 세계적으로 보면 남북 관계만 개선이 되면 전 세계 평화가 오지 않을까 그런 생각을 하고 있는 사람 중에 한 사람입니다. 여러분 정말 잊으면 안 되죠. 다시는 있어서는 안 될 일이라고 생각합니다.
올해 한국전쟁 70주년입니다. 과거 전쟁의 아픔을 겪었던 대한민국은 참전용사분들의 희생으로 오늘날의 경제성장을 이룩할 수 있었습니다. 저 또한 전쟁에 참여하지 않았지만 4년 전 참전용사 기념비 방문과 워싱턴 메모리얼 연주를 통해 그 의미를 되새길 수 있었습니다. 과거 대한민국을 몰랐지만 전쟁에 참여해 주셨던 미국과 유엔 참전용사분들에게 감사를 표합니다. 이번 미국에서 진행될 온라인 행사를 통해 그 영웅분들의 의미가 더욱더 되새겨질 수 있는 계기가 되기를 바랍니다. 저 또한 피아니스트로서 더욱더 정진하도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
안녕하세요. 저의 이름은 조은혜입니다. 저는 1998년도에 저희 어머니와 언니와 함께 처음으로 탈북하였고요. 여러 북송과 고생 끝에 마지막으로 2006년도에 재탈북하여 자유를 찾아 중국에 왔고 또 UN 도움으로 저희는 2008년도에 난민 인증을 받고 미국까지 무사히 와서 자유를 찾은 탈북자 가족 중에 한 명입니다. 오늘 이 자리를 비롯하여 여러분들에게 저희가 한국 전쟁 70주년을 우리는 잊지 말아야 됩니다 라는 메시지를 전하고자 오늘 영상을 찍게 되었습니다. 한국 전쟁 70주년을 맞이하면서 많은 것을 생각하게 되고 배우게 됐는데요. 이날에는 특별히 많은 참전 용사분들께서 희생하셨고 또 지금도 우리는 나라가 두 개로 나눠진 그 아픔을 안고 매일과 같이 하나가 다시 평화로서 통일을 이루는 것을 기대하고 있습니다. 우리는 이런 역사를 잊으면 절대 안 된다고 생각하고 있고요. 또 역사를 알아야 우리에게는 자유가 있고 또 미래가 있다고 굳건히 믿고 있습니다. 여러분, 역사는 소중하니까 우리가 함께 배워가고 또 미래를 같이 만들어가요. 감사합니다.
둘, 셋! K-Boys! 우리는 BSK!
한국 전쟁 70주년을 맞아 귀한 행사에 참여하게 되어 영광입니다. 한 번이라도 만나지 못한 사람들에게 희생하신 참전 용사분들에게 추모하며 명복을 빕니다.
양국도 큰 희생을 치러내며 이 위기를 벗어나기 위해 노력하고 있습니다만 지금까지 이 동맹 속에 양국이 걸어온 길처럼 신뢰를 바탕으로 이겨낼 수 있을 것이라 믿습니다. 저 또한 제자리에서 열심히 노력하겠습니다.
현재 전 세계에 뿌리내린 K컬처가 아픔과 슬픔이 지나간 자리를 또 하나의 즐거움으로 대신할 수 있기를, 시름을 조금 덜 수 있기를 바랍니다.
뜻깊은 오늘 앞으로가 되기를 바랍니다. 다시 한번 감사드립니다. 지금까지 BXK였습니다. 감사합니다.
Say you're suspicious, you keep dreaming and dark scheming, yeah you do. I feel like I'm drowning, you're holding me down and holding me down. You're killing me slow, so slow. And it's tragic just for you. I don't know what the hell you gonna do.
안녕하세요. 저희는 에스토리 엔터테인먼트의 페이버릿입니다. 한국 전쟁 70주년을 맞아 귀한 행사에 저희 페이버릿을 초대해 주셔서 진심으로 감사드립니다.
한국 전쟁이 진행 중이던 당시에 미국은 3년여간 178만 명의 전투 병력과 의료진을 한국에 보내주셨습니다. 그 가운데 약 3만 7천 명이 가족에게 돌아가지 못했고 약 10만 명은 크게 다친 채로 귀환했습니다. 한 번도 만나지 못한 사람들을 위해 희생하신 참전 용사분들을 추모하며 명복을 빕니다.
여러분이 당시 보여주신 선함과 희생을 비롯한 모든 숭고한 노력에 깊은 존경의 마음을 보냅니다. 70년 전 그때부터 대한민국과 함께 해주신 여러분은 한국의 자랑이며 앞으로도 우리는 이 마음을 잊지 않을 것입니다.
전쟁이 멎고 한미동맹을 맺은 후 양국은 평화와 번영을 위해 노력하였으며 그러한 정신이 더욱 견고해지기를 바라겠습니다.
2020년은 한국전쟁 70주년이기도 하며 전 세계가 큰 어려움을 겪고 있는 해이기도 합니다. 양국도 큰 희생을 치러내며 이 위기를 벗어나기 위해 노력하고 있습니다. 지금까지 동맹 속에 양국이 나아온 길처럼 신뢰를 바탕으로 잘 이겨낼 수 있을 거라 믿습니다.
저희 또한 제 자리에서 노력을 아끼지 않을 것입니다. 전 세계에 깊게 뿌리내린 K컬처가 아픔과 슬픔이 지나간 자리에 하나의 즐거움으로 남을 수 있기를, 시름을 덜어줄 수 있기를 바랍니다. 뜻깊은 오늘 또 앞으로가 되기를 바라며 다시 한번 감사드립니다.
또 속았어. 다 거짓말인 거 알면서도 뻔한 말뿐이었어. Please don't you break my heart. 떨리는 목소리가 날 초라하게 만들 뿐이야. 널 위했던 말, 나만 했던 말, 또 어지럽기만 해. 같은 맘을 어떻게 해. Just wanna know, oh why don't you know. 전부 말해줘 say 숨기지 마 baby love. 다가오지 마, 다가오지 마. 지나간 기억일 뿐이야. 흔들리는 맘 다 믿어봤지만 oh why do you make me cry. Go la 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 la. 넌 말뿐이야. 사랑한다는 해놓고 또다시 돌아서는 너. Oh, don't you break my heart. 넌 또 la 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 la. 넌 또 la la la. 내 곁에만 stay 약속했는데 그래 놓고 먼저 가. 대답해봐 babe. 알면서도 왜 되돌리려 하지 마. It's too late, sorry about that. 하기 싫어 no more. 반복되는 게임. 이젠 지긋지긋 머리 아파 혼자 하는 바빠. 다가오지 마, 다가오지 마. 지나간 기억일 뿐이야. 습관처럼 날 속이려 하지 마. Oh why do you take me down. Go la 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 la. 넌 말뿐이야. 사랑한다는 해놓고 또다시 돌아서는 너. Oh, don't you break my heart. 넌 또 la la la. 네 모든 걸 잃어도 그게 버리라면 아무 말 없이 달게 받아줘. 이제와 빌어도 I don't care. 더는 믿지 않을래. Go la 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 la. 넌 말뿐이야. 사랑한다만 해놓고 또다시 돌아서는 너. Oh, 이제 떠나가. Say goodbye bye bye. La 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 la. La 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 la. 넌 또 la la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. 넌 또 la la la.
What's good, yo? It's your boy Maniac. I'm shooting this little video for the veterans that fought in the Korean War. Korean veterans, this is the 70th anniversary that's coming up, and we just want to take time out and respect. Attitude.
You know that I'm good in my hood, pull a drum roll on, I'm telling them 소리 go crack, crack, crack. 해석해도 모르지 왜냐면 it's only for my fraternity. Code 82 Indiana, the trap. 마이크폰도 필요 없어, 워퍼까지 목소리는 나의 적을.
Women Business Affairs in Maryland. June 25th, 2020 marks the 70th anniversary of the start of the Korean conflict. 70 years ago, Korea was poverty-stricken, and a war devastated the country. Broken infrastructure, broken family, broken spirits. Growing up in Korea, I witnessed, so I understand. Today, Korea enjoys prosperity. As a member of G20, a country with certain global responsibilities. This progress did not come without price. The blood and sweat shed by the US and UN troops. Even after 70 years, there's no freedom-loving Koreans who could ever forget the role the US played. America came to help in the name of friendship to preserve freedom. It is vivid in all Koreans' memory that many young Americans came running into danger that might separate them from their loved ones for good. Indeed, many young Americans lost lives to protect the future of a small country they've never heard of. It is with these young Americans' sacrifice that Korea today has a dynamic democracy and booming capitalism. Take a look at the snapshot of nighttime satellite picture of Korean Peninsula, brightly lit South Korea and pitched dark North Korea. That tells it all as to what those young Americans have sacrificed. Today, Korea and US are joined at the hip to our inseparable partners in peacekeeping and trade. And Korea fought alongside the US during the Vietnam and Iraq wars. And more than 2 million Korean Americans call US their home. Korea owes a special debt of gratitude to those young Americans who came from that faraway, wonderful land called America and illuminated the light of hope, comfort, and friendship. When darkness threatened Korea, you kept the torch of light alight and kept the flame burning so that future generations could share it. Scripture says, greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. John chapter 15, verse 13. Freedom is not free. May God bless those soldiers who fought for the freedom. Thank you.
I'm honored to join you today to commemorate the unbreakable bond between the Republic of Korea and the United States of America, an alliance and friendship forged in fire 70 years ago today. I'm here before you, in part, as a product of this bond. Today marks the 70th anniversary of the day the forces of democracy stood against the evils of totalitarianism and subjugation. This is a particularly poignant day for me as a man born in the Free Republic of Korea. Our Korean War veterans fought and bled to preserve. Thanks to those sacrifices, my family and I were able to immigrate to the United States, where I can live my own American dream. A life that has included becoming a United States Navy officer and marrying the granddaughter of an American veteran of the Korean War. I'll never forget the day that I joined my wife's grandfather at the Korean War Veterans Memorial during his honor flight. I treasure the memories he shared about his time in Korea, where he and his fellow warriors sacrificed so much for millions of Koreans, including my own family, men and women they never even knew. To all who served, I humbly say, 감사합니다. Thank you. A free and prosperous Republic of Korea and the strong alliance shared with the United States is a tribute to the more than 1 million Koreans and tens of thousands of Americans whose lives were sacrificed in the cause of freedom. For more than 3 long years, 7 decades ago, our two nations fought side by side, united against the common enemy of communism in a struggle for peace, freedom, and prosperity. May the alliance between our two nations never cease, and the bond between our two great countries grow even stronger. And may God bless the United States of America and the Republic of Korea.
안녕하세요. 반갑습니다. 미국 멜랜드주 퍼슬레디 유미호겐입니다. 전 세계 동포 여러분들을 이렇게 만나게 되어 영광입니다. 오늘은 6.25 전쟁이 발발한 지 70년이 되는 날입니다. 저는 전쟁 후에 태어났고 유년 시절 미국으로 이민 왔으나 한국이 겪은 몇십 년간의 고통과 눈물을 지켜보았습니다. 참전 용사분들의 희생으로 한국은 전쟁의 상처에서 벗어나 세계적으로 인정받는 나라로 성장했습니다. 멜런드에서는 15,000분이 참전을 했고 그중 500분이 넘는 분들이 목숨을 바쳐 한국의 자유와 평화를 수호하셨습니다. 우리가 계속해 나가야 할 일은 그분들의 희생을 기리고 전쟁의 후유증으로 여전히 고통받는 분들을 위로하는 것입니다. 또한 역사를 뒤집어 보며 다음 세대의 전쟁이 결코 일어나서는 안 되는 점을 가르치는 것입니다. 미국 최초 한국계 퍼스트레디로서 저는 언제나 참전용사분들께 빚을 진 마음입니다. 그분들이 안 계셨다면 제가 오늘 이 자리에 있을 수 없었을 것입니다. 작은 감사의 표시로 저는 매년 참전용사분들을 위한 자리를 마련해 왔습니다. 또한 그분들을 뵐 수 있는 기회가 있다면 어디든 달려가곤 합니다. 참전용사 가족분들의 희생 역시 기억하고 명예를 지켜드리고자 노력하고 있습니다. 지난 70년간 한국은 비약적으로 발돋움을 했고 많은 한국인들이 미국에 이민와 이 사이에 당당히 정착했습니다. 한미동맹은 더욱 굳건해졌고 두 국가는 민주주의와 평화를 위해 동지로서 함께 해왔습니다. 이 모든 것이 참전용사 분들의 희생임을 잊지 않고 대한민국의 문화, 전통, 예술 등을 통해 한국과 미국을 잇는 가교 역할을 계속해 나가겠습니다. 여러분도 각자의 자리에서 양국의 우정을 지켜가는데 동참해 주시기를 바랍니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you to Yumi Hogan and all of our elected officials. Now, we can all join to promote peace in Korea by going to rally.org/peace in Korea. And get ready to hear a lot more entertainment here. We have traditional Korean music coming up. We have DJ Mubek. And we also have the show design dance group. Jinsuk?
네. 우정 포럼에 인사말을 보내주신 메릴랜드 유미 허건 주지사 부인을 비롯해서 여러 정치인들 감사드리겠습니다. 미국에서 유튜브 라이브로 전 세계 생방송으로 전해드리고 있습니다. 한국의 평화를 위해서 기부하시고 싶으신 분들 rally.org/peaceinkorea로 가시면 됩니다. 계속해서 흥미롭고 다채로운 공연이 준비되어 있는데요. 특히 미주 넘버원 DJ인 DJ 무백이 여러분들을 기다리고 있습니다. 그 전에 먼저 해금 연주를 보시겠습니다.
안녕하세요. 먼저 70주년 6.25를 맞이하여 대한민국의 자유를 위해 싸워주신 호국 영령들에게 감사를 표합니다. 저는 미국 시애틀에서 활동하고 있는 무백이라고 합니다. 반갑습니다. 현재 자랑스러운 대한민국이 있기까지 많은 시련과 고난이 있었습니다. 하지만 정확히 70년이 지난 지금 대한민국은 세계를 수도하는 10여 개의 나라로 성장했습니다. 자유를 지키려는 단 하나의 숭고한 목적, 그리고 그 목적을 위한 이념적 다툼은 수많은 생명을 앗아갔습니다. 하지만 자유를 지키려 했던 그러한 헌신은 결코 헛되지 않았다는 것을 우리 대한민국은 현재 증명하고 있습니다. 지금 이 영상을 보시는 전 세계 한국인 여러분들이 지금의 우리나라를 지탱하는 또 다른 영웅들이라고 생각합니다. 우리나라의 탄생을 위해 희생하신 전 세계 호국 영령들에게도 오늘을 빌어 다시 한번 감사의 말씀을 전합니다.
Move back on the decks.
있어 다가오고 있어 내가 보낸 눈빛에 끌려 나를 보고 있어 빠져들고 있어 내가 보는 최면에 취해 오늘은 너를 위해서 나를 한번 알아봐 나의 외로움만 네 가슴에 모두 맡길게 조금 서두르지만 좀 더 멋지게 다가와 가슴이 뜨거운 사랑 이 밤 너와 함께 느끼고픈 사랑의 노래를 불러 너와 나 하나가 되어 멈출 수 없는 그 춤을 이 밤 너와 함께 추어줘 나나나 나나나나나나 내가 내게 줄 수 있는 사랑을 너에게 줄게 나나나나나 나나나나나 거침없는 너의 사랑 너와 나 단둘이서
너희가 모두 다 뺏겨버렸던 마음이 다시 내게 돌아오는 걸 느꼈지. 넌 언제까지나 나만의 나연이라 믿어왔던 내 생각이 틀리고 말았고 변해버린 건 필요 없어. 이제는 너를 봐도 아무런 느낌이 없어. 나에게 항상 시선을 멈췄어. 예전에 내 모습과 나를 바라보던 내 미소와 너만의 목소리 모든 게 그리워진 거야. 지금 나에게 너를 볼 때마다 내겐 가슴이 떨리는 그 느낌이 있었지. 난 그냥 내게 나를 던진 거야. 나 홀로 있을 때조차 너를 기다린다는 설렘에 언제나 깊게 마음을 가졌던 거야. 푸른 내 맘속엔 항상 내가 있었어. 하얀 미소에 너를 가을 안고서 이제는 너를 위해 남겨둔 것이 있어. 해맑던 내 미소가 담긴 사진. 난 그냥 이대로 떠나가는 그냥 이대로 난 그냥 이대로 떠나가는 그냥 이대로 보낼게. 난 그냥 이대로 처음 조신의 왕된 놈 미쳐버린 범광했어. 개천 출신의 영된 몸 그게 내가 꼭 사는 법. 위에 걱정은 말라고 나도 잃을 것만 하고 과거 뒤뒤에가 누구 내게 챙겨다 잡숴도 말하듯이 네가 결혼해 내가 죽여 난 예의 없이 새끼 그래 너 예외 없이 flexing 난 없지 필요 다 없지 Who's the king who's the boss 다 알잖아 내 이름 이만 산 새끼들 향장 놈의 목을 쳐 자 울려라 자 울려라 자 울려라 당당해 먹고 바로 난 저 새끼로 날아 나를 타기엔 이 나라 아직 여전히 작아 누가 시간은 금이래 내 시간은 더 비싼 듯 틱탁 빈 새끼들 면생의 아침을 콱 꺾인 적이 없는 맥주 우리 박수역 비리매 좀 감사해 내가 천천히 맥주 그런 이유로 약간 빨간에 애단하게 끝이 없는 재능이 없는 거지 뭐 원하는 건 모두 가졌지 이제는 물도 가져야만 만족이 될지 내가 원했던 건 너 담은 돈 담은 걸걸 이 다음은 도대체 뭐지 그 다음은 그래 뭘 관심이 느껴지는 현타 위가 없는 현상 위험보다 난 이젠 강하대 맘보다가 이대로 착취하고 I'm a king I'm a boss 새겨놓아 내 이름 이만 산 새끼들 당장 놈에 줘 I'm a king I'm a boss 다 알잖아 내 이름 이만 산 새끼들 당장 놈에 먹을 줘 자 울려라 자 울려라 자 울려라 자 울려라
And now here's Asia Lee Campbell, who's passionate about promoting Korean War veterans, and Hannah Kim, who is the founder of Remember 727. We also have Christopher H.K. Lee, the director of the Fading Away film series. Let's welcome our trio of Korean War veteran supporters. Jungkook.
예, 수는 미국 서부 샌프란시스코에서 그리고 저는 미국의 동부 수도 워싱턴 DC에서 생방송으로 전해드리고 있습니다. 한국전 참전 용사들의 주요 서포터스인 아시아, 해나, 크리스토퍼 감독의 말을 들어보시겠습니다.
War veterans, when they returned home, didn't know why they fought in such a brutal and unforgiving war. Over the past 4 years, I've been very fortunate to meet so many Korean War veterans and their families. Meeting the Korean War veterans and their families face to face and listening to their stories inspired me to share the Korean stories of the Korean War veterans to the world. Many Korean War veterans, when they returned home, didn't know why they fought in such a brutal and unforgiving war. It was until they revisited South Korea many years later, and then they realized how much their sacrifice meant to us. Since I was 9 years old, I made it my mission to keep the Korean War veterans' memories alive so that future Koreans and people from all over the world will always remember the brave men who fought for our freedom. Hi, my name is Asia Lee Campbell, but the Korean War veterans call me as their little Korean granddaughter. And
Okay, good.
hi!
Okay, we begin with hi.
So hi!
You notice I'm not wearing my hat because no one recognizes me without the hat. Okay, I got hair. I got hair, okay?
I'm wearing my school uniform.
3, 2, 1. It's for me. Hi, Korea. Where are you, Hannah?
I am.
Asia is in Busan.
I am in DC.
And you've been seeing all these incredible people, right?
Yeah.
So how did everything begin?
Well, first I live really close to the UN cemetery, like 5 minutes away. And also it all started, I entered a speech contest, writing a letter to Korean war veterans. And after I won that contest, I got a chance to meet the Korean war veterans from England, Belgium, and the Netherlands. So after I met them, I kept contacting them, and yeah, that's how I started.
Now you're meeting all these incredible people. Yesterday you met Bang Ki-moon.
Yes,
How
I
exciting
did.
is that? I mean, I know Hannah met him. Okay,
Back in 2007.
I sat next to him on a dinner, but we never spoke. But how was it like meeting him? What was it like?
Actually, it was a really rush. So I said, "Oh, can you please take a picture of me, please, please, please?" So he was like, "Oh, you're Asia Lee Campbell." So I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Oh, you're doing a good job." So I said, "Thank you. Can I take a picture with you?" Okay.
We know Hannah for her crazy and wild stuff too. Who's brave enough to travel all these countries alone.
And I just wanted to do 2 simple things. One was to honor veterans, and 2, to promote peace. Why? Because the war hasn't ended. And that's why, I was able to bug a lot of people to pass legislation that made July 27th the National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day. I had always wanted to collect stories of the veterans.
I don't know about you, but I have a dozen more fathered now.
For Asia and me, we have hundreds, and for me, I meant personally 1,012. Yeah, we have grandpas all over, right, Asia?
Yeah. I'm working on my number. 2016, I did a movie. What was it? 2013, I did a movie called Fading Away. So, the reason I did it, because 20 years ago, I wanted to put together a culture center in our community and put a lot of effort to it, and it was never realized due to the generation gap and cultural gap between our first generation. Then I kind of put myself away from the community and interested in Korean culture, history, because I was burned out. Okay. Then when my father passed away 7 years ago, wanted to know my father, and realized that he also served the Korean War. You bring me the stories, and I would document them. And that's what I've been doing, making films and books. And then I'm sure Asia has thousands of stories to tell, because they all have a story, right? Okay.
Except the Musketeers are in different age ranges.
So it's stretching 3 generations. What a great thing to say or show to people that we care. I am 1.5 technically. Hannah is the second, and we have a third, Asia. These memories, the history need to be kept.
I have to say, I met Chris during one of my 7 to 7 events. It's my 13th year this year. Was pouring cats and dogs, but this crazy person said, "We need a grand piano." I mean, Chris is the mastermind of using his talents and gifts, right? Whether it's through movies, through music. I mean, he knows so many people, and he brings that together. And I'm just very excited that we will be meeting this July 27th, the National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day in DC. Rain or shine, rain or shine.
Asia is so multi-talented. I don't know. Okay, Hannah has to tell or ask her what she needs to be doing over there, because she could sing, dance, play piano, violin. I mean, do we need 3 hours for her? Okay.
I've been meeting a lot of Korean War veterans these days, and I also promoted that this year is the 70th anniversary, and we should remember the Korean War veterans and radio, TV, like, and interviews.
So I want you to meet as many as possible, listen to them, write it down, because that's going to be our next movie. You're directing, hopefully with me.
I did travel 132,100 miles to 30 countries and all 50 states and 4 U.S. territories. And one thing I was resolved to do was to share that.
From Fading Away, there were dozen other movies that I produced and directed, and with your stories, Hannah and Aisha, we're gonna do 1,000 more in our time. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you all for your time.
I can't wait to meet in person.
Me too. Tell the world about all of us again. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Ken Klein. I was born 3 months before the Korean War, and but I've been at USC for over 36 years. I came in late 1983. This was the year just before the Olympics were going to take place, and so there was a lot of anticipation of people from around the world coming here, and this was just over to this part of campus. There was one of the 2 Olympic villages, and so during that time I was out. I had to work at home, as it were, having only been here about half a year. Well, over that time, or soon after coming back, the university librarian decided that USC should become very important, have a very important collection in Korean studies. And I would like to say we had plenty of materials. And the truth is, we have not enough to fully document the war. I mean, there was a lot going on during the 3 years or so of the war. A lot of battles, a lot of back and forth, but there isn't a whole lot that we have been able to collect. I mean, we have certain things, but in order to really understand a conflict like that, you need as much as possible what its effect was certainly on the South when it was invaded, but also photographs and information of the impact on North Korea, which of course was devastating as well. You know, when you're celebrating anniversaries of big occasions, like for instance, last year was the 100th anniversary of the March 1st movement, and there's all of a sudden a lot of interest in it because it's 100 years. And this year is the 70th anniversary of the Korean War, and so there's more attention than normal being paid to that conflict. Really, it's an artificial an artificial kind of recognition. People like round numbers, and so they celebrate it on regular periods, and then kind of forget it for the next 5 or 10 years until another anniversary comes along. It's one more year than '69, but it's the same war, and that means that all the people who were involved in it are getting older, and if those who survived are getting older and harder to locate, harder to interview, and so it's really perhaps what the 70th anniversary indicates is that our chance to get firsthand accounts of the war are disappearing very quickly.
Hi, my name is Harvey Kirk, the son of Lieutenant Colonel Lewis H. Kirk, a U.S. Army officer who fought totalitarianism in World War II on 3 continents and the South Pacific. In the 1950s, he laid his life on the line to preserve a free South Korea. In Korea, Dad was in the headquarters of the U.S. 8th Army, breaking out of the Pusan perimeter and fighting north to Seoul. His initial task was to coordinate close air support for troops on the ground and provide strategic bombing. The conditions were harsh, the days were long and hard, and when a pilot or a crew failed to return, heartbreaking. Our family is proud of Colonel Kirk's service to the people of South Korea, and we are thankful and honored to be able to share part of his story as we all remember the 70th anniversary of the Korean War.
So my father spent roughly 2 years in Korea, 1952 to 1954, and during that time he had lost his best friend Franklin Jordan up in Chorwan about a week before Christmas, 1953. Franklin wasn't even 18 years old. This picture here is my father at the age of 15. He had joined the Army, lied about his age at the age of 15 so he could avoid working in the coal mines of West Virginia. Little did he know he would be shipped to a country he had never heard of, didn't even know where Korea was, never even heard of the Korean people, but he landed in Korea at the age of 16 in Busan, went up to Seoul, and that's where he was stationed. He did not talk about the Korean War at all. It wasn't until maybe 15 years ago he might answer a few questions here or there, but he refused to talk about the atrocities. He was greatly affected by the amount of orphans that he had seen and experienced, ones that were always looking for food, wanted to play baseball with the soldiers, and my dad became very fond of them and often wondered what had happened to them as he had lost his own mother at the age of 12. My younger sister and I went to Korea in 2018 for the Korean Revisit Tour. We were able to bring my father back the Ambassador of Peace Medal about 6 months before he passed away last year. My dad was very pleased to see how well Korea was doing in this day and age, as he hadn't been back to Korea since he left in 1954. He had a lot of questions, wanted to know what Busan looked like, what Seoul looked like, if we were able to get to Chorwan, which we couldn't because it was in the DMZ. But the Ambassador of Peace Medal that we brought back for him actually, I believe, meant more to him than all the other medals he got, since it was a sincere appreciation from the Korean people.
Hi, my name is Richard Carpenter, and I'm here as a tribute to those who fought in the Korean War. These memories are fading as we lose these men every day. I think it's a great privilege to help carry on the memories of these veterans, these patriots who fought so hard for both of our countries. I'm grateful in so many ways. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the brave soldiers of Korea that fought in a battle to help save my father's life. Had he perished in that battle, I would not have had the life that I have. So I am so grateful. I want to take a moment to thank Christopher Lee, as he has been so determined in making sure that these memories do not fade away. Let us stand together and remember that this is a time where we can come together, that we can honor these men, and we can honor the times that we have got to share in peace because of them. Let us never forget. Thanks, and have a good day.
안녕하세요. Hello, my name is Julia Maleno. And after talking to Christopher about the 70th anniversary of the Korean War, I realized I have an uncle who served. His name is Albert Aguirre, and he was 21 years old when he was drafted to the Army. After much pondering, he decided to volunteer and go to the Korean War. He has told me many interesting stories, one of which, where he is a hero, he saved his sergeant's life, Sergeant Delvey. And we always wonder, what happened to Sergeant Delphi? So, I have not had the chance to learn about the Korean language and culture, but my uncle's stories further inspire me to learn more. And I would love to visit Korea with him. Even though he's 90 years old, he said he would go. And I would be more than happy to accompany him. I thank my uncle, Albert Aguirre, and all the other veterans who served for their sacrifice and their service. Every day we get to live our lives in freedom because of you. Thank you. God bless all of you, my heroes.
It is so important to keep those stories alive. And now we have some questions for you. How much did you actually learn about the Korean War in school? And what are your thoughts on the divided family? Make sure you leave those comments and questions and more thoughts about this program on YouTube. We have that area where you can put in the comments. And get ready also to hear from Hee-Sun Lee. Jin-Kook?
전 세계에서 한국전쟁 70주년 우정의 포럼 보시고 계신 여러분들이 직접 참여하실 시간입니다. 여러분들께 질문을 드리겠는데요. 한국에서 또는 학교에서 한국전쟁에 대해서 어떻게 배우셨는지요? 그리고 이산가족에 대해서 여러분들은 어떤 생각을 가지고 계십니까? 지금 유튜브 라이브 댓글창에 여러분들의 생각을 남겨주십시오. 계속해서 미국의 한인 여성 래퍼죠. 희선 리의 공연 보시겠습니다.
Now I'll never know my own race. The pain's coming. I wasn't asked to be born in case you try to.
What's up, guys? My name is Hee-Sun Lee. I am an artist, hip-hop artist, spoken word artist, mother, wife, all that good stuff. You know, I think the Korean War is had such a huge impact, obviously, on the country and all of the veterans, you know, everybody who fought in the war, all the different countries, and how everything came to be and what it is today. I just give a huge salute, you know, to everybody who fought. You know, it was a huge sacrifice, and I can't even imagine, you know, the things that went on and what they had to face and endure. And yeah, being a Korean adoptee as well, you know, that's kind of where the whole Korean adoption, international Korean adoption happened. It started, I think, you know, I think like 1954, that is where everything started with international Korean adoption. So the Korean War does play some type of part in my whole history and life. So I just want to honor this day and everything that went on in the Korean War and what made Korea what it is today. And like I said, I'm hoping we'll have more of a closing, more of an ending, you know, and I salute and honor all of those that took part in the Korean War that made our history what it is today. Thank you. And yeah, God bless everyone, and please stay safe and healthy, and I hope I can get on the stages real soon. So, Hee-Sun Lee, peace.
사랑한다 내 딸아, 내가 자라면서 너의 곁에 있지 못해서 이 엄마는 항상 미안해. 하지만 내 마음속에는 너와 항상 함께 있단다.
Yeah, I was born into a life without a mother. Anytime I talk about her, then I stutter. She gave birth to me, but not like any other. She left me right away, I never had a chance to love her. I'm crying every night, looking for her face, looking for a trace of her. Must be in the wrong place. Now I'll never know my own race. The pain's coming. I wasn't asked to be born in case you're trying to prove something. This ain't even fair. I never had a chance. You made your mind up before you gave a second glance, and now I'm laying here staring at the ceiling. The pain that I'm feeling, a newborn baby that already needs healing. I'm gonna close my eyes now and think of where you at. I'll daydream of the life we could have had if you held me in your arms and placed me in your lap.
It's not how it seemed. I love
love you endlessly. I'm sorry I couldn't fight this. Gotta try and find my own peace of mind. No matter what you do, I'm right here with you. Hold me, know me. Hold me, hold me, hold me right here. I'm right here with you. Here with you. I'm right here with you. I used to rub my belly every day and think about you. 9 months of my life I didn't live without you. You was all of me, I was all of you. But poverty was all around me, it was all I knew. All I do is think about it, call for you. But you deserve a better life, wish I could give it all to you. I would cry with your daddy every night. No matter what I'm going through, to give you up was never right. 미안해 이 말했어. Life is hard and I'm sorry that I couldn't fight this. 어떻게 왜 이렇게까지 됐지? To leave my daughter hanging, it's the worst thing imagine. 그래도 항상 행복하게 기도해. I still close my eyes now and think of where you at. I daydream that I held you in my arms, so I keep looking down, wishing you were in my lap. It's not how it seems. I love you endlessly. I'm sorry I couldn't fight this. Gotta try and find my own peace of mind. No matter what you do, I'm right here with you. Hold me, know me. Hold me, hold me, hold me right here. I'm right here with you. Here with you. I'm right here with you. The doctor told me the worst news ever. The chance for me to have my own child is never ever get to hold you tightly. This might be the hardest thing that's ever tried to fight me. I'm looking in the mirror thinking life is trying to spite me. I'm slightly losing it, the doctor said politely. There's hope though. I'm looking all around, where's it at? I don't know. My husband tried to grab me, I said I won't go. I'm not leaving till I get some better news. Till the doctor says I can have a child if I choose to love and care for. That's what a mother's there for. He said adoption could bring my hope back. Another baby out there could meet me where I'm at. I'll daydream about it, thinking I could have a child to hold in my arms, forever in my lap. It's not how it seems. I love you endlessly. I'm sorry I couldn't fight this. Gotta try and find my own peace of mind. Baby, can't you see you're a mystery? Hold me in your lap, but meet me where I'm at. No matter what you do, I'm right here with you. Hold me, know me. Hold me, hold me, hold me right here. I'm right here with you. Know me, know me, know me right here. I'm right there with you. Love me, love me, love me right now. 'Cause it's all we have.
Hello, my name is Jay Koo, and I'm the CEO of Lifelong Lessons, a comprehensive education consulting firm. Before starting this firm, I ran the U.S. Korea Institute at the Johns Hopkins University for over a decade. I would like to congratulate and thank the organizers of this 70th commemoration of the Korean War. The Korean War is still important in so many ways. At a personal level, I never got to know my grandfathers because both were killed in the war. For my mother, who is now 82 years old, the kidnapping of her father is fresh in her memory now as it was in the first week of the Korean War. The trauma she experienced is the trauma of an entire generation still seeking closure. The Korean War is important for its role in unfolding the second half of 20th century history. The Cold War may not have started with the Korean War, but it surely solidified it. Fast forward 70 years, the Korean Peninsula is still held hostage by the legacy of the Korean War. While the war ended with a truce, The war continues for the Korean people, where the North is still at war with its own citizens through unspeakable oppression. And at any moment, the North reminds the world that it can start a second Korean War. That is why it is so important for our younger generations to learn and understand the Korean War if present-day standoff is ever to be resolved. And this understanding should not be limited to just the Korean people, for the North Korean threat is a global one. Through documentaries such as Fading Away and My Name is 42, an upcoming documentary on Christianity in North Korea after the war, we at Lifelong Lessons hope to educate and engage the young worldwide on Korean Peninsula issues. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to share my view.
We have so many more world-class concert musicians coming up, but don't forget to participate in our efforts to promote peace in Korea. And that's by going to rally.org/peace in Korea to make a donation. Jungkook?
예, 세계 정상급의 음악인들이 다음 순서를 기다리고 있습니다. 한반도 평화를 위해서 기부하시고 싶으신 분들 rally.org/peaceinkorea로 가시면 됩니다. 자, 그럼 공연 보시죠.
Thank you for joining us for the 70-year Friendship Forum commemorating the 1950 Korean War. We honor the heroes of the war and celebrate our rich culture in Korea, in the United States, and all over the globe. We are a community committed to bringing peace to the Korean Peninsula. Be sure to go to our Facebook page and like the content there. That is where we'll also post this video and others. And thank you very much for your time. Jungkook.
사상 처음으로 온라인으로 생중계된 한국전쟁 70주년 우정포럼에 함께해 주셔서 진심으로 감사드립니다. 오늘의 행사는 전쟁 영웅을 기리고 한국과 미국 그리고 전 세계에 코리아의 문화 영토를 넓히고 있는 자랑스러운 K컬처, 한국 문화를 소개하고 또 즐기는 시간이었습니다. 오늘 행사에 참여한 모든 사람들의 뜻은 한 가지로 모아지지 않을까요? 한반도 평화를 염원합니다. 그리고 잊지 않겠습니다. 오늘 참여해 주셔서 감사합니다.
Even though around the world, the Korean War is often referred to as the Forgotten War. However, we have never forgotten them. Many Korean war veterans die every single day. And before they fade into history, please listen to their stories and help me keep their memories alive. Thank you.